Welcome to the Science of Healthy Weight Loss with Dr. Stanley K. Bernstein, a podcast that will demystify, deconstruct, and detail the journey to healthy weight loss and a healthier you. Dr. Bernstein has made it his life work to study the science of healthy weight loss. Over the past 50 years, his program has helped hundreds of thousands of people lose millions of pounds of excess weight and restore their health. Through his methods, his patients can lose up to 20 pounds every month, which can help improve their associated medical problems and even get some people off their medications altogether. Our series will examine all the angles of losing weight properly, how the science works, the health benefits, why support is so important, how to keep those pounds from creeping back on, and much more. We thank you for joining us. Now, let's start losing weight. On this episode, we'll talk about the myths of fad diets that claim to work wonders but can have disastrous results. We'll bust the myth of using only exercise to lose weight. 25 jumping jacks doesn't cancel out that bag of chips you just ate, contrary to what you may have heard. We'll combat the notion that you can't lose weight, and we'll clear up any misconceptions about ketosis, what it means, and its purpose in the weight loss process. On our previous episodes, Dr. Bernstein shared his approach to weight loss. He discussed the importance of knowing what to buy at the grocery store, how to properly prepare your food, and how to portion it out. He explored how important proper vitamins and minerals are to your body. He also explained the science behind healthy weight loss, specifically what happens inside our body when we gain weight and when we lose weight, and the benefits of getting healthier today so your future self will thank you. On this episode, we have a few myths to bust. Let's start with fad diets, and there are many. Their methods can range from silly to downright dangerous. These include infamous notables such as the tapeworm diet, the baby food diet, and the sleeping beauty diet. The internet is ripe with oddball quick fixes that anyone can post without requirement for research. As well, the industry-driven superfood fads have been a short-term boon to some products, including cranberries, blueberries, kale, and celery, causing brief shortages and price spikes at grocery stores. A recent U.S. study from the Boston Medical Center notes that of an estimated 45 million Americans who go on a diet annually, 50% of them use fad diets. With claims that sound too good to be true, fad diets are the quick fix that just don't work over the long term. As a general rule, when it comes to fad diets, they may not be healthy, and the weight is likely to rebound when you begin eating normally again. Fad diets can leave you tired, hungry, and weak. Here's a couple more well-known diets you may have heard about. Intermittent fasting. The thought behind intermittent fasting is that after the body is depleted of carbohydrates, it starts to burn fat 12 to 24 hours after starvation. Therefore, starving the body of food for 12 to 24 hours will potentially lead to weight loss, though there is risk that much of that weight can be from lean muscle tissues, essential fluids, and vitamins and minerals. There's limited scientific data with intermittent fasting, but what is known is that it's possible to lose fat and weight from this popular diet. A 2018 study found that two common effects are a slowed metabolism and increased appetite. And in studies of time-restricted eating, evidence is accumulating that eating that misaligns with a person's circadian rhythm, which is your body's natural daily pattern, may lead to metabolic trouble. The Dukan diet. It's a high-protein plan that makes big promises, including losing 10 pounds the first week. But the U.S. News and World Report notes that there are a lot of rules that make it hard to follow, and there's a lack of long-term maintenance. U.S. News assembled a panel of nationally recognized experts in diet, nutrition, food psychology, obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, and found the following. The Dukan diet scored at or near the bottom in almost every category and ranked last overall. While the experts acknowledged that Dukan is fairly likely to help with short-term weight loss, which is true of most diets, they were sharply critical of its nutritional completeness, how easy it is to follow, its ability to prevent or control diabetes and heart disease, and even its safety.
Most weight loss programs have about 4.5% to 5% of their patients losing some weight. And I say some, but I mean not getting down to an ideal healthy goal, but losing about 7 or 8% of their body weight, their body mass, to help improve their medical status. On our program, we've done some studies. The success rate is running into the 75% plus success rate.
Fad diets become popular because they sometimes work, but only for a short time. The weight does come off, but it's usually from loss of water or loss of lean muscle. In fact, as much as 75% of the weight lost may be from normal, healthy tissues like muscle and organ tissues and essential fluids, vitamins, and minerals, which ultimately leads to failure. How to spot a fad diet? Here are a few tips. They promise a quick fix. They promote superfoods or severely restricted food groups. They may tell you certain foods need to be correctly combined for proper digestion. And you're required to buy miracle fat burners or metabolism boosters. If results are promised without a change in behavior, that's a red flag. Long-term maintenance advice should be part of every healthy diet program.
Everything else has failed. They haven't lost weight on the programs they've tried, and about 99% of patients that come to us have been on other diet programs, and many of them have been on several diet regimes, whether they've tried a diet program on their own, whether they've done it with a physician, whether they've done it with one type of diet pill supplement or another. They found that they have not had the success that they wanted, and they try something different, and we're the next different thing. And they hopefully have heard about our program from people they know or some of our previous advertisements where we've let people realize that they can lose a lot of weight and stay very healthy, and they give it a try.
Eating well with healthy choices, feeling more energetic, a greater sense of well-being, no sensations of hunger, and losing weight in inches? Dr. Bernstein's team's goal is to make sure you lose weight by monitoring your body functions to ensure they are functioning normally or are improving. How does exercise play into this? That burns more calories, right?
Good. Really feeling it.
Let's bust another potential myth. Exercise on its own is not the key to weight loss success, and for some people, exercise is not an option due to physical restrictions or health issues such as heart disease and arthritic joint mobility problems. Yes, exercise is good, but it's not required for healthy weight loss. You see, it would take the average person over 8 hours of moderate exercise on the treadmill to burn off the calories equivalent to just 1 pound of fat. And during that 8 hours of exercise, some of the calories will come from fat stores and some from muscle tissues. There is no doubt that supervised exercise is very beneficial for your cardiovascular system, strength, general health, and sense of well-being, but it's not very effective at burning up that excess fat. Once significant weight loss is achieved and your medical condition improves, then activities can more easily and safely be increased with the guidance of your physician. Yet another myth that many people believe is that some people just can't lose weight. Dr. Bernstein?
I do want to impress upon the fact that patients can lose weight. Everybody who is overweight has the ability to lose it if they get on a proper diet with proper supervision from a physician who can monitor their blood work, their comorbid diseases, the medications. Everybody can lose weight.
You heard it from the expert. Everyone absolutely can lose weight. But here's the difference between Dr. Bernstein's weight loss approach and all those other diets you have tried in the past. You know, those fad diets we talked about earlier? Dr. Bernstein's research shows that patients who are 100% compliant and are being assessed regularly by the nurses and doctors on his team have better success. Following the diet properly will help to stabilize your blood sugar levels, prevent cravings, fatigue, headaches, and other negative symptoms. The fat cells are breaking down faster and more consistently, resulting in improved ketosis and a healthy weight loss, avoiding rebound weight gain. Ketosis. A word you may be familiar with. Part of the Dr. Bernstein weight loss program is the team's monitoring of ketosis. You've seen the words keto or ketogenic. They're on labels in grocery aisles, on websites, internet posts, and in marketing materials. Here's a science lesson, and don't worry, you won't be tested later. Ketosis happens during periods of low food intake or carbohydrate restriction in particular. The body turns to its stores of fat to use as a source of energy instead of glucose. These energy molecules are called ketones and are easily moved into the cells as the primary source of calories. This is known as being in a state of ketosis, and it signifies that the fat breakdown process is working efficiently. Now, when there is an excess of ketones in the body, they are excreted in the urine and with exhalation. Dr. Bernstein takes it from here.
A keto diet chemically means having your body make ketone bodies. A ketone body is a chemical that has 3 carbon atoms in it, with hydrogen and oxygen around it in different positions. It is almost or very close to what glucose or simple sugar looks like. When you eat too much sugar and you store it, you take the glucose molecule, which is 3 carbon atoms, put thousands of these together to make a fat molecule. When you break the fat down, you bring these molecules back into small 3 carbon molecules, but hydrogen and oxygen are in different positions than in glucose. And so the chemical is called a ketone body or free fatty acid. Now, the ketone body gets absorbed by your cells faster and easier than glucose, feeds your tissues more efficiently than glucose will, does not need your pancreas to work, does not need insulin doses to get adjusted, and so it becomes very efficient to use that as a nutritional molecule. So when you have these ketones, you're in the state of ketosis. And we make our patients stay in this state of ketosis, but we burn so much of the fat down that some of the ketone bodies are used to feed you, but we burn off the equivalent of up to 3,000 calories a day. A lot of these ketone bodies are being passed through your urine where you don't have to burn them. You can get rid of them without burning them, which means you can break your fat down more efficiently. And we test that your urine has these ketones in them. That way we know chemically somebody's breaking fat down. We can test the urine. That lets us know they've been good patients, strict on the diet. Now, the other important aspect of what's going on now with a lot of the keto diets, if you eat very little protein and you fill your food intake with fatty tissue, like some of the ketone diets are telling you to eat high levels of fat, put butter on everything, eat the fattier contents of meats and a lot of beef with a lot of fat in it every day. If you don't have carbohydrates in that food, you will get ketones. They will come from breaking down the fat that you're eating.
You want to produce ketones from burning your own fat storage areas and not from the fat in your food intake. This results in rapid, healthy weight loss with no tendency for rebound weight gain.
So you can get into a state of ketosis by eating a lot of fat, but you don't break down your stored body fat by doing that. So we want you to get into ketosis by breaking your stored fat down. That's how you get through weight loss, not by just being in ketosis. And the important aspect of getting into ketosis by breaking your own fat down is that you need extra vitamins and minerals to help your body do that. When you're in ketosis with our diet, you don't get adequate amounts of vitamins and minerals from the foods you're eating because you're on a very low-calorie diet, so you need supplements. And I have yet to see a keto diet out there that adds supplements or adds enough of the right supplements. Most of them don't add any, and some of them add a little bit, but nowhere near enough to help you break your fat down and stay on a healthy basis. So being in ketosis isn't the key. It's being in ketosis the right way based on breaking your own fat down.
You want to produce ketones from burning your own fat storage areas and not from the fat in your food intake. This results in rapid, healthy weight loss with no tendency for rebound weight gain. Whatever myth you may have believed about ketosis and a keto diet, busted. Now you know the true science behind it.
When patients are on this diet program, they are not hungry, they feel well, their energy starts to improve with their weight loss, and they see results of losing between 4 and 5 pounds every single week on the program. It's dramatic. And they are motivated to stay on the program and keep doing it. So the fact that they're losing well, feeling well, and getting motivated makes an enormous difference.
On Dr. Bernstein's program, patients can lose up to 20 pounds every month. If you need to lose 50 pounds, it should take up to 3 months, or up to 100 pounds in 6 months. That'll keep anyone motivated. By now, you likely have a pretty good understanding of the science behind the success of Dr. Bernstein's program. It's the science, the support, and the continued commitment that is so vital to making this diet work, unlike dozens of fad diets that many have tried and failed with. The internet and social media is ripe with misinformation. Just be aware of how to spot them. Remember, you had the motivation to start those other programs. The problem wasn't you, it was the faulty program that failed you. Before we leave you, when it comes to the myths we are faced with when it comes to healthy weight loss, trust the science. Trust the professionals who have a proven, successful track record. This week we learned about the science of ketosis. We know that everyone can lose weight, and we discovered that exercise does have benefits to maintaining a healthy lifestyle, although not immediately necessary to achieve healthy weight loss. We know that fad diets are to be avoided at all cost. So, what have you got to lose? That's it for this episode of The Science of Healthy Weight Loss with Dr. Stanley K. Bernstein. We hope this episode empowered you with a better understanding of navigating the weight loss choices and offered some motivation to explore your options, including the Dr. Bernstein diet. To learn more about healthy weight loss, visit www.drbdiet.com. That's drbdiet.com. Or email your questions to podcasts@drbdiet.com. Stay healthy, and we'll talk to you in episode 5 as we continue to share more valuable expert information on the science of healthy weight loss with Dr. Stanley K. Bernstein.